Hello, good morning students. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important topic of the chapter, measurement of difficulties in the measurement of national income. In the earlier video we discussed that national income is a macro variable, macro concept. So it is not that easy to measure national income. We can just get estimate about national income. Therefore, national income data are also known as national income estimates. And difficulties in measurement of national income is also known as difficulties in estimating national income. Okay. So today we are going to discuss difficulties in measuring national income. There are two types of difficulties: conceptual difficulties and practical difficulties. Conceptual difficulties are also known as methodological difficulties. Conceptual difficulties क्या है कि here the country has to decide what is to be included in national income and what is not to be included in national income as a concept. Okay, to understand as a concept, national income is the aggregate market value of all the final goods and services produced in the economy during a given year. This is the definition. This is the concept. ये concept की को ध्यान में रखे हमको क्या include करना है और क्या include नहीं करना है. We have to decide. Okay. So what are the difficulties? First is imputed value. Imputed value is like opportunity cost, or what we discuss in the concept of opportunity cost, implicit cost. The cost which are not recorded in the books of account. When owner of the company himself working as a manager of the company, or he has provided land for the factory side, he has invested his own capital in the company. So these kind of costs are not recorded in the books of account. Okay, but they are cost. They are considered as imputed value. Okay, these values are not recorded. So yeah, this is the difficulty, first difficulty in national income. क्योंकि उसको उसका ट्रू वैल्यू जानना मुश्किल हो सकता है. Okay, उसका कॉन्सेप्ट यह है कि if a person is not working as a manager in his own company, he might be engaged somewhere else as a manager or some other post, and the probable salary which could have been earned by him is the opportunity cost of working as a manager in his own company. So this is imputed value. Okay, so it cannot be estimated. So the first difficulty is imputed value. Second, different practice. Different countries adopt different practice in measuring national income. For example, goods for the food grains, vegetables, fruits which are kept for self-consumption are not to be included in national income by advanced countries. Industrial countries उसको include नहीं करते. Okay, but the agricultural economies like India, Australia, they do include food grains, vegetables, etc. Kept for self-consumption. Guesswork की तरह उसको include करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि India is a country where about half of the population, 47 to 48% of the population engage in agriculture sector. उसका इतना सारा जो फूड ग्रेन्स है, वेजिटेबल्स है, वो सेल्फ कंजम्पशन के लिए रखते हैं. इफ वी एक्सक्लूड, ऑब्वियसली द नेशनल इनकम डेटा विल बी अंडररेटेड और अंडर एस्टिमेटेड. सो एज अ गेस्ट वर्क, एज अ गेस्ट जस्ट एन एस्टिमेट, वी मस्ट इंक्लूड goods for self consumption. Okay, at the same time, the communist countries like earlier USSR, defense, administrative services of justice, they are not included in national income as per communist country, but other countries they include such services. Okay, so far as comparison, international comparison of national income and per capita income become less significant. Why? Because different countries adopt different practices in measurement of national income. Next is problems of services not marketed. Okay, this is also very important point. We have already discussed aggregate market value of all final goods and services. Okay, so we include, as per the concept of national income, we must include only those goods and services which are marketed, which have market value. So service of housewife is not included in national income. मगर इंडिया जैसा कंट्री है, जितना इतना ह्यूज पॉपुलेशन है, इफ वी एक्सक्लूड मिलियन सर्विस ऑफ मिलियन हाउस वाइफ्स, ओके, तो क्या होगा? नेशनल इनकम डेटा विल बी अंडरस्टेटेड, अंडररेटेड और अंडर एस्टिमेटेड. ओके, सो वी शुड कंसिडर, बट अब तक सर्विस ऑफ हाउस वाइफ इंक्लूड नहीं होगा. ऑन द अदर हैंड, सर्विस ऑफ justice or defense or expense, they are included in national income data. So this is also one of the difficulties in measuring national income. Problem of double counting. We have already discussed this. Problem of, in order to calculate national income in exact manner, we must include only final goods, aggregate market value of all the final goods. We should not include semi-finished goods, raw material, etc. etc. Magar sometimes it is difficult to decide whether it is final good or it is used as input. For example, MRF tire के लिए, MRF tire company, suppose Maruti Suzuki company use MRF tires. Okay, just for example. अभी MRF टायर, MRF के लिए वो टायर है, वो क्या है? फाइनल प्रोडक्ट है. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? बट मारुति कंपनी के लिए वो क्या है? इट इज कंसिडर एज इनपुट. ओके, सो व्हेन you are collecting data from MRF company, you should include. मगर when you are collecting data from Maruti company, you should not include. Getting my point? So it is very difficult to decide. For example, wheat flour is used to prepare roti at home. It is considered as final product. But same wheat flour is used to prepare biscuit, by biscuit companies like Parle company. So it is considered as input. Okay. So what उस time वो final product नहीं है. So it is difficult to decide whether the product is final goods or it is considered as raw material or input. Next, harmful side effects. Whenever industrial production or any economic activities are undertaken by manufacturers, etc., there are always externalities. There are some positive externalities, some negative externalities. अगर कोई कंपनी स्टार्ट है हो तो उससे मार्केट बढ़ेगा. ओके, उस एरिया का वैल्यू बढ़ेगा. दीज आर ऑल पॉजिटिव एक्सटर्नलिटीज. पीपल विल गेट एम्प्लॉयमेंट एक्सेट्रा. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चरल फैसिलिटीज डेवलप होगी. दीज आर ऑल पॉजिटिव एक्सटर्नलिटीज. बट देयर आर ऑल्सो हार्मफुल साइड इफेक्ट्स. ओके, देयर आर ऑल्सो नेगेटिव एक्सटर्नलिटीज ड्यू टू प्रोडक्शन, ड्यू टू इंडस्ट्रियल प्रोडक्शन, air pollution, water pollution, etc. it creates. But so far as computing of national income committee does not consider this harmful side effect. Sometimes it happens due to excess production. Natural resources get destroyed. Okay, and it will very harmful for the future generation. Okay, so this is also not considered in national income. So this is also the limitation of national income, that national income committee does not consider harmful side effects. Illegal activities, some illegal activities also can corrupt national income data. Tax evasion, इंडिया में सबसे ज्यादा जो होता है वो tax evasion, adulteration, smuggling. These type of activities cannot give, it is due to such kind of activities we cannot get the exact figure of national income data. Then neglect of human strain and leisure. We have already discussed this concept in real cost. Whenever we are calculating national income, we always consider money cost or money value, the goods and services produced by the persons. But we have not considered the real cost involved. Human strain, leisure, pain, exertion, abstinence involved in the production process, वो हम लोग consider नहीं करते. So this is also the limitation, or this is also the difficulties in calculating national income. Okay, so these are all conceptual difficulties. What is to be included in national income and what is not to be included, the National Committee Income Committee has to be decided. Apart from conceptual difficulties, there are also practical difficulties. Practical difficulties are the difficulties generally underdeveloped countries and developing countries face more difficulties so far as concerned with national income data, because in advanced countries statistical data are available easily. Okay, वो information उनको informations are available. But so far as concern like country like India, is a very vast country with different region, different languages, different localities, it is very difficult to collect national income data. First, existence of non-monetized sector. Money value of all the final goods and services or market value. अगर money value ही नहीं होगा तो how can you calculate national income? In underdeveloped countries, still there is an existence of barter system. A significant proportion of food grains is kept for self-consumption. The food grain is used for exchange for other goods, etc. In northern India, in northeastern states, still farm laborers are paid their wages in kind. उसको cash में payment नहीं मिलता. In such cases, it is very difficult to know the exact value of national income. क्योंकि अगर barter system है, existence में है, तो हम national income कैसे calculate कर सकते हैं? So this is also one of the most important difficulties facing by underdeveloped countries in calculating national income. Illiteracy, this is also the problem, that quite a good number of farmers and village manufacturers, they are illiterate or they are uneducated. So obviously they are not in position to give the correct information. Okay, National Income Committee, the investigators, they are not in position to derive correct data from them. Okay, so this is also the limitation. More than one occupation. It is also very important problem in countries like India, that only about 40% of cultivated area has been covered under irrigation facilities. So in major part of the nation, the farmers are able to undertake only single crop. तो farmers है, farm laborers है, वो जब उसका एग्रीकल्चर का काम नहीं होता है, they are engaged in other activities. वो farmer भी होगा, suppose X person is a farmer as well as he is a carpenter. Okay, Y person is a farmer as well as he is engaged in a industrial activities as a labor. वो labor के तौर पर भी काम करता है. Okay, so when the persons are engaged in different occupations, it is difficult to get data. Okay, then lack of adequate statistical data. We have already discussed this point, that in countries like India, people do not keep their accounts in a proper manner. Okay, and most of them, about 93% of the labor force, they are engaged in unorganized sector. So in a such situation, how can you get data? Organized it. And sometimes data are available. They are not only inadequate, but they are irrelevant and they are fake data. वो टैक्स इवेजन के चक्कर में वो लोग करेक्ट डेटा प्रोवाइड ही नहीं करते. ओके, सो ऑन नॉन रिलायबल डेटा, data are not only inadequate but data are also not reliable. So you cannot get the true value of national income on the basis of data. And last, limitation of sample data. When National Income Committee, obviously they cannot reach to each and every district of the country, so obviously they select some district of the nation and they collect data, but there are always limitations of sampling matter कि कौन सा डिस्ट्रिक्ट वो सिलेक्ट करते हैं, वो पूरे स्टेट के पॉपुलेशन को रिप्रेजेंट करता है कि नहीं करता है. दिस इज द लिमिटेशन. ओके, बिकॉज different tradition, different customs, okay, different languages, etc., etc. So there is a limitation of sample matter. Okay, so these are the practical difficulties in measuring national income, conceptual difficulties as well as practical difficulties. Listen attentively. National income is a macro variable, macro concept. So calculating national income is a very, very difficult task. There are two types of difficulties: conceptual difficulties, where committee has to decide what is to be included in national income and what is not to be included in national income, and the practical difficulties. While calculating this data, the committee has to face certain limitations, certain difficulties. These are known as practical difficulties. आज के लिए इतना रहेगा. Thank you very much.